Before there was a Japan, there were two of them, a brother and a sister, and also a husband and a wife. They stood on the floating bridge of heaven and lowered a spear into the water below, and when they drew it back, the brine that dripped from its point piled up and became an island. Their names were Izanagi and Izanami. He is the male who invites, she is the female who invites. They went down and stood on their island and built a pillar and a hall, and they agreed to walk around the pillar in opposite directions and meet on the far side. And they walk, and they meet.
How delightful. I have met a lovely man.
How delightful. I have met a lovely woman.
And then he says it was not proper that the woman spoke first. The child they had was born without bones. They put it into a reed boat and let the water take it. They went up to heaven to ask why, and they were told the child came out wrong because the woman had spoken first. So they came back down and walked around the pillar again, and this time he spoke first. And after that, everything they made came out whole. They made the islands, 14 of them, one after another, each one named as it came. And then they made the gods, the god of the wind, the god of the sea, and of the river mouths, and of the harbours, the gods of the mountains and the moors and the trees. 35 of them, or more than that, depending on how you count, and the old book itself loses count part way through. And then she gives birth to fire. The fire burns her as he comes, and she sickens, and she lies down. And even lying down, she goes on producing gods. From what she brings up come the prince and princess of the metal mountain. From her waist come the prince and princess of the clay. From her water comes the goddess of the running streams, and after her the young god of growing things, and after him the goddess of abundant food. And then she divinely retires. That is how the old book says it. She dies. It is the first time it has ever happened. Her husband kneels down at her pillow. Then he crawls around to her feet, then back to her pillow again, and he weeps, and where his tears fall, a goddess is born, and her name is the Weeping Woman.
My lovely younger sister, that I should have given you for this one child.
He carries her up Mount Hiba, on the border between the land of Izumo and the land of Hahaki, and he buries her there. Then he goes back for the child. He is wearing a sword 10 handbreadths long, and the sword has a name, Heavenly Blade. He draws it and cuts off his newborn son's head. The blood on the point of the blade strikes the rocks, and gods come out of the rocks. The rock splitter, the root splitter, the elder of the stones. The blood along the upper blade strikes the rocks, and more come. The awfully swift, the fire swift, the brave and awful one. And the blood that gathers on the hilt and runs out between his fingers becomes 2 more, whose names mean the dark. 8 gods out of 1 sword, and out of the body of the child 8 more. From his head the god of the high mountain passes. From his chest the god of the mountain descends. From his belly the god of the innermost mountains. From his hands the gods of the wooded slopes and the outlying hills. From his feet the gods of the moorland and the far ranges. His son is dead, and the mountains of Japan are standing. But he does not have his wife. So he goes down after her, down to the land of the dead, a place called Yomi, the Yellow Spring, where everyone goes, noble or common, good or wicked, all of them, down. There is a palace there, and a door, and she opens it herself. She hears her husband outside, and she comes out to meet him.
My lovely sister, the lands we made together are not finished. Come back with me.
How I wish you had come sooner. I have eaten from the hearth of this place. But because you have honored me by coming here, I want to go back with you. Let me speak to the gods of this land. Wait for me.
Do not look at me.
She goes back inside, and he waits. She is gone a long time, and he cannot wait. He takes the comb out of his hair, breaks off one of the big teeth at the end, and lights it. One flame, in the dark, to look at his wife. Maggots are swarming, and she is rotting. And the thunder is living in her. The great thunder in her head. The fire thunder in her breast. The black thunder in one hand, and the cleaving thunder in the other. The young thunder in one foot, and the earth thunder in the other. The rumbling thunder and the couchant thunder. 8 of them, born in her body, sitting in her. He runs, and behind him his wife speaks.
You have shamed me.
She sends the hag of the underworld after him. He tears the black band from his hair and throws it down, and it becomes grapes, and while the hag stops to eat them, he runs. She comes on again. He throws down his comb, and it becomes bamboo shoots, and while she pulls them up and eats them, he runs. Then his wife sends the 8 thunder gods and 1,500 warriors of the land of the dead. He runs with his sword out, swinging it behind him as he goes. And at the bottom of the slope that separates the dead from the living, there are peach trees. He picks 3 peaches and throws them, and everything behind him breaks and flees. And then he stops, with an army routed at his back and his wife still coming, and he speaks to the peaches.
As you have helped me, so you must help all living people in this land, whenever they fall into trouble and suffering.
And he names them. Great divine fruit. They are gods now, 3 peaches at the bottom of a hill. Last of all, she comes herself. So he takes a boulder, a rock it would take 1,000 men to move, and he seals the pass with it. And they stand on either side of the stone. And he says the words that end their marriage.
My lovely elder brother, if you do this, I will strangle 1,000 of the people of your country every day.
My lovely younger sister, if you do that, I will raise 1,500 birth huts every day.
And so 1,000 people die every day, and 1,500 are born. She stayed. They call her the great god of that place now, and the god who followed and caught up. And the rock has names too, the great god who turns back the road, and the great god who blocks the door of the dead. He went to a river and washed the underworld off his body, and from his left eye the sun was born, and from his right eye the moon, and from his nose a storm. And the slope where they stood, where the rock still blocks the pass, is called the Ifuya Pass, in the land of Izumo.